There we go. This might not be any video that a lot of you might enjoy, but we're gonna just do a quick-ish revisiting the Steam controller. Not really revisiting. I'm using this all of the time since 2015. And in 2016, this Doom 2016 was released, which was really fun with my Steam controller. But I'm just curious to see. I went into this game to do, like, for the past week or something, I play a little bit on and off and out tinkering, and then just, what would my Steam controller be this year? Because previously, when I played through this game, I loaded up my old Steam controller settings, and I'm just maybe changed a little bit, but this time I just started looking there. Would I want to change anything? And here we have, I'm gonna be capturing, unfortunately I have to do this where I show you the settings first in the Steam controller, and then I can start the game and I can play and talk about it, because for some reason the overlay is not getting captured, it's laggy, it's just not a good way to do it. I've also done videos where I've showcased that you can see that with my Gamesir T4 the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. I also did tinker a little bit with it. I have some cool ideas, at least one. But I think that for like a faster FPS games like this, the Horai Steampad would be better for my thinking. But yeah, so this is my controller here. We can see view the layouts. There we go. It is using the top here, the default idiot game design and weapon test are overlays, meaning that when you press a button or hold the button, it will swap to different layouts, and we can discuss that. There's a lot of thing here to do here, but this is pretty much a keyboard mouse bindings on my controller here. Let me remove my cam so I don't get in the way for stuff or hiding something. There we go. So yeah, let's just try to speed run through this. So this is my, you can hopefully see the marked one there, and the left button there and left trigger. They are both having multiple actions here, which is going to be a key thing. This is not exclusive to Steam controller. You can add these kind of things to, controllers that Steam can pick up, Xbox controllers, the Gamesir T4 You can add multiple bindings, and you can bind to gamepad and keyboard in the, simultaneously. And it might look a little bit maybe cluttery at first, but if you just take a bit of a look, this is going to be a key thing to enjoying FPS games and Doom 2016 here, the gyro. Both the Gamesir T4 and the Steam controller has gyros. So let's start here by going through this default. This is pretty much when I start a game, this is what the bindings are. But if we cycle through here, you can see there's a little happy naming scheme here, idiot game design. This is when I go into the map, because there are, map and upgrade menu there. They are pretty much the same. They are buggy when keyboard and mouse and stuff. And as soon as Doom 2016 recognize any type of gamepad, X input or something like that, it will force you in some ways to use gamepad input. So when I'm switching to the map, I felt the best way was just to add an action layer and swap to gamepad instead of the keyboard inputs. And this is going to be a really nice thing to test. It's tested, just to showcase, because it's working really well actually. But yeah, default. So you can see here, we go up here. This is just my regular, A, B, X, Y buttons. And these ones are, for me, not important actions, right? This swaps weapon mods, I believe. I think this swaps grenade types. I don't use these, so it's not a problem. And I don't feel that in Doom 2016 you have to use weapon mode swapping when you're in the action, which I like, because I feel that Doom Eternal went bananas with all the input flame bells, you know, chainsaw, dual grenades, having more having to swap weapon mods and stuff. So here is a little bit more better for me, because I can, if I want to swap, I can use this as a tactical swap between fights or something like that. The same what with this, but I'm gonna use the grenade or maybe the siphon grenade. So I'm not gonna swap a lot, but I can just take my thumb off and quickly swap if I wanted to. No, this is crouch actually. No, I was wrong. This is the weapon mod, and this is just what the hell is this? Something I'm not using. Yeah, okay, this is the BFG. I haven't gotten that one, that's yet. Okay, so these are just keys I don't think is important, that I have to be able to access them within the combat. I bind those to these, the face buttons. Then we go down, we're starting to happen a little bit more fun thing. We have the left bumper here. So these are just weapons, and what you can do here is yeah, there we go. You can like add extra commands. You can add sub commands. So what is the difference? This adds an extra, you can tweak this pretty much. You can add it to be long press, start press, and something like that. This is just going to be, this happens at the same time. You press, so if this was not an extra command but a sub command, it would execute 3 and then 1 when I pressed the left bumpers. But now when I have extra command, I can add it to be a long press, double press, start press, and those things, more tweaking about that. So this is just a weapon that I want to have pretty quick access to, right? I think it's the plasma rifle, and this is my pistol that I'm not gonna be using pretty much, so I just have it as a long press. If I need the pistol, I can access it, but I just have to tap the left button and I will have my plasma rifle. And there we go, the other one I did the same thing, but this time I just like have the chainsaw, bring that one out if I long press, because Doom Eternal, you have like a quick chainsaw kill button. You don't have that one here, and it's pretty fast. I can access this anytime I want, but I felt that the X key here is throw a grenade, which means that is more important to just if I'm in a tight situation, I can just tap the right bumper and toss a grenade. If I am in a fight, I'm probably trying to avoid some enemies, I can long press it to bring my chainsaw out and do the chainsaw action. And this is a really fun thing here, definitely. My back grips on the Steam controllers, the back paddles here, they are a really amazing thing to have. And in this game, you know, in Doom Eternal, melee and activate or use were the same. It's not in Doom 2016, but it's really good. Here I'm using the sub command. So whenever I press my left back button here, it will just execute first the melee key, which is most important, and then it will execute the use key, which has worked perfectly fine. And it's very important, you know, to have access to melee, because that gives you health back, right? So having my hand is always on the back button here, so I can always press this one. But in Doom Eternal, it is a little bit more trickier because you have dash there, and I like to have dash also very quickly accessible. So in that case, I have to think a different approach. But in this game, we don't have the dash, and it works great. It's nice. I don't miss the dash, actually. I think it's awesome. And then on the other one, I always want to be able to jump quickly, get up ledges. So my other back button, just a normal mapping. And then we have here, so execute 2 commands. So when I press this, it's gonna, you can see here, it's gonna do, this is the sub commands. So it will then press the tab key, which is map, and then it's gonna press, or it's gonna execute changing my action layer, which is gonna be, here we go, that I showed you previously. And then we have the escape key. So here we go. I am now in the map thing, and we don't need to go through a lot of things. It's just pretty basic here. This changes action set. I don't know why I have this one. This looks wrong. It should just be pressing the tab key. I'm gonna do that. That's interesting. And we're gonna do that one. All right, this is one of the biggest problem. Later, I've noticed that some bindings, and when I do a lot of key changes in the Steam controller UI, some will not get picked up. But yeah, so when now I'm in the action set here for the map and the UI. And when I then press it, it will then again execute 2 commands. So it will change the action set to my normal, my combat mode, and it will then execute the command to close the map. You could obviously have it reversed, shouldn't be a problem. But other than that, this is just pretty much a basic normal gamepad mode, working as normal. The only thing here is that for some reason I had to have my right trackpad be a mouse, otherwise I couldn't look around in the map. So this game has, you can use both gamepad and mouse or keyboard inputs at the same time, but sometimes there is some bugs and quirks. So I haven't found any bugs by this. It actually works better for me. But yeah, in this action layer, I have this one set to mouse, otherwise I cannot look around at the map. But nothing too exciting. Let's go back in and checking. So the default. So obviously I have the gyro on, and the gyro is activated every time I touch the right trackpad. And I use the left joystick to move around. I have never figured out how to use the trackpad for me comfortably, the left trackpad to move, so I love that we have the joystick option. But gyro and with just pressing the touch works amazing. I touch the right touchpad and I'm good to go to aim with gyro. I'm gonna demonstrate that after this. And then if I wanna just quickly center my controller, I just let go of I lift my thumb and then I can recenter my gamepad here, the Steam controller, and we are good to go. And this is what I think the Steam controller, Horrified Steam controller, could work in a similar way like this game, because I could use that action. Because I have a touch sensitivity on the left and right stick. But let's go into the final little fun thing here. So this is the right trackpad. It's set to be as a mouse for precision movement, but the gyro this is really the favorite thing for me. So I use the Steam controller's right trackpad to quickly swipe left and right and something, and just get close to an enemy. And then the gyro is just taking over from I stop moving, and the gyro fine-tunes the aiming, and good to go. Love that combo. Gyro works great on my Gamesir T4 but again, I think that for me, I have really grown to love the combination of the trackpad for gross, quick, dirty movement and then fine-tuning it. If I were to get like a Horror Steam pad, I would probably go, I'm not sure, I might go full gyro to test. Only gyro aiming could be fun, but right, the right trackpad has another really great advantage. So I'm gonna show you this is how to get 8 inputs. You can get, I believe, up to maybe 10 inputs on the right trackpad, meaning that you don't have to lift your thumb or anything to access 8 to 10 actions, inputs. I'm using this with 8 because I think that works great with this game. If I were using this for, let's say, Doom Eternal, I might try the 10 inputs approach, and hopefully that would work. But I haven't tried this one. It should work in theory. So what happens here is, as you can see here, this is set, the right trackpad is set to mouse. And it's said here, if I click it, it does execute a command here. I don't know why this is happening here. This should not be here. right? Hopefully this doesn't break my setup. But yeah, that is some weird problem with Steam controllers overlay here. The Steam input UI like this. When I do massive amount of tweaking, it just bugs out. So what we have here, when I press this right trackpad, it will then change to action set weapon test. And let's check that one out. Right, so now this is what my right trackpad is. And this is pretty much pressing down, up, left, right on the trackpad is now going to send the different inputs. It's pretty much turning the trackpad into D-pad, right? And if I then, this is really funny and really nice that it works. It only works for me with action sets. You can use another thing. I might try to talk a little bit about it, but this only works with action set for me. So I press down on the trackpad, and this is gonna swap to my super shotgun. But if I hold down it for just a tiny little bit, you can see here, this, if I hold it down for the 300 milliseconds here, it will now give me a different weapon, which is just really nice. Yeah, okay, we're not gonna mess with that. So I have my shotgun, super shotgun, if I just press down on the trackpad. And I can hold it for a very short amount of time, and I get my normal shotgun here. And, you know, in Doom 2016, I'm mostly gonna use my super shotgun, the heavy weapons when I'm in intense combat. And then I might swap to the lighter guns when I'm out of combat. So this is really amazing, and I do the same thing for my pressing left on the right trackpad here. This is like my heavy assault rifle and the machine gun, which just this works absolutely amazing. And then I didn't actually feel that I needed more. Like I needed these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inputs is what I needed. So when I press up, this is just a very important gun. This is a rocket launcher. Or maybe it isn't. It could be, yeah, I think it is. And if I press right, it should be the ballista. So those are really very good to have always super quick access to. So I just felt like, hey, you know, I don't need more inputs. I need the shotgun and a super shotgun. I need my assault rifle and machine gun. And then I need my rocket and ballista. And I can access my plasma and my pistol. They are maybe not as, you know, super quick like these, but they are very accessible, especially the plasma rifle. That could also be a good backup weapon to have. I didn't need to tweak or add more comments here, but this is a good way to add more things. And if you don't have let's say you don't have a right trackpad, but you have the Hori Steam controller, which the right stick is now touch sensitive. You can do this, you know, if you don't use the right stick for, let's say, movement, but you use only the gyro, and you use what is called I forget the name, but you're only using the gyro to look around and move around, and you just lift your thumb off the right stick there to recenter your controller, and that feels great to you. You could use this same technique, but obviously you don't have to have like the action layer and stuff. You can just have, if you press down on your right stick, that's a weapon. If you long press down, there's another weapon. And that would turn your right stick into 8 inputs, right? You could get 8 weapons. So this is a great thing. And here you can see that on click now, I have on click, release, on click. When I release the press, it changed the action set back to default. This just works great. As soon as it feels a start of a click, it swaps the weapon. And as soon as it feels that I'm letting go, releasing the click here of the right touchpad, it goes back to normal. Again, there is something here. You can use I'm not going to go into here to mess or break stuff, but this is a thing that you can use. I've talked about it in previous, but you can pretty much make the center of the Steam controller be another input. And you have to then, you use something that is, I think is inverse outer ring command. is in the settings. So that's the way. If you use the same thing for, you know, up, down, left, right, and then you have the center, that is, you know, 5 inputs. But if you then use the long press, now you have 10 inputs, which could be working great. Maybe I will try that on Doom Eternal a little bit. And I'm doing this warm up if I'm maybe gonna play the Dark Ages. I'm just getting everything ready. But yeah, and this is just, we go back here, default, the trackpad. This is just because Doom is a little bit buggy. I have to press the gamepad input A to go and start the game. I wanted to just quickly touch on something, but I don't know if we can. Oh, right. So what I tried first for the right trackpad was to use a mode shift. That pretty much, they do the same thing, but they can have pros and cons. So let's not dive into it. But for me, trying to do the same thing as I'm doing now with just a mode shift did not work. The strength of a mode shift is that you don't have to create a full action set. You just get, if we go here, there we go. If I were to like create a mode shift for this one, create a mode shift, that works great for 5 inputs. You know, have up, down, left, right, and the middle. It works amazing for that. And you really have to get a little bit of a menu here down below, and you can assign that when you press or when you click the right touchpad, it will change to a D-pad, and you can do the same thing. But if you wanted to do this long press, that did not work, so that's why I have to do the action sets. But they can do many things the same and many things not the same. The biggest strength, again, I feel, is that you don't have to create a full set, right? Because the weapon test and my default, you know, they are the same thing, so I can do the same movement. But if you just use the action set, it would just work smoother. So yeah, this should be it. So let's just jump into the game now. I'm trying to do this as quick as possible, but it's so much to go through. Hopefully this will be fun for one of you. Again, let me do that. Let me close and start the game here. Let's swap to the game. And let's do that. Start the game. But yeah, a lot of these things can be utilized in different controllers. If you don't want to have gyro, you can skip that part. If you don't have the right trackpad, again, you can tweak with other settings. Like the long press is really a great tool to have, to just get that going quickly. That has been that is definitely amazing, because even if you just have a normal gamepad, you can still utilize in many ways the right and left bumpers. Click and then hold it to get up to 4 inputs on your top buttons there. Instead of having 2, it's now 4 buttons. It works really great, the long press stuff here. And then again, if you have a gyro like my Gamesir T4K, you can try to mess around, or if you have the Hori Steam controller, some other dual sense with the kind of like touch mode and stuff like that, you can just try to tweak. There we go. You can try to tweak for just using gyro for aiming, and then your right stick could just be, again, give you 8 inputs for weapons or something else. And yeah, you have to press A here. This is ridiculous. Oh wait, space works. Okay. I gotta remember to try that. I could have sworn that did not work. Alright, well, doesn't matter. So, when I pick that one up, I just press the back button and it will then do picking up or these, both at the same time. This works great. I wish that they would patched in for that support, so it works like in Doom Eternal, because we don't need a separate activate button. So this is maybe in the middle of the game. And gyro is, you know, again, is when you just move the controller to aim. And you can use this again. I can just do like a flicks. I'm not swiping on the right trackpad now. I can just pretty much like a mouse. And that is why I think that's also a strength of the Steam controller, and definitely I wish more controllers would have touch like that enabled for gyros. Because then again, if you tweak those, I'm not gonna go into that, I don't have the fully set that one down, how to tweak everything. But then you can pretty much just... wow. This is ultra violent, so I die pretty easy here. But yeah, then you can just use aiming, turning, everything, using the gyro as a mouse instead. But I do really like the combination of swiping with the... Okay, it works. They must have fixed that. I could have sworn that they did not press space worked previously. Okay, and that is saved. Oh, I did forget to mention one thing more. So the Steam controller has dual stage inputs, which means that my left, this one, the left trigger, activates my secondary weapon mode, and if I fully press it, it will fire. Which is just a nice, good way to quickly get to it. So to get this weapon, I just quickly pressed up. Oh my god, I have so little HP here. But yeah, so when I wanted to get my rocket launcher, I just press up on the controller. And it just works. Amazing. Really nice. But let me showcase... There we go. We have that. So if I so this is a short press, on pressing down on the trackpad is a short press, brings out my super shotgun. But if I long press, and now we have the normal shotgun. Pressing right, we have the ballista, rocket launcher. Pressing left brings up my machine gun here, and long pressing. You can tweak how long you need to press, so you don't accidentally bring out the weapon. And then again, I have the left bumper here. Long press for this weapon that I'm not really using ever. Just press it once and brings out my rusty little plasma rifle. And if I want to throw a grenade at this asshole here, I just press quickly on the right trackpad. I am gonna get it past this little enemy here. I'm not focused in here like crazy, so that's fine. I guess we can showcase the map, how that's gonna work when it's just quickly swaps. So if I press the select tab here on the controller, it just goes into this mode, and this is more like the just normal gamepad. That is so that the button presses looks alright. And then I have mouse on the right trackpad, so I can swap these things, and so I can, if I go into the map, I can turn the map around. That did not work for me when the trackpad was set to... Ooh, secret little dude. When the trackpad was set to be the joystick, but it doesn't cause any problems here, so... Do I have a weapon mod? No, I do not. There we go. Bye, little meatball. Again, it might look a little bit jerky, obviously using the gyro base, because I'm trying to just showcase stuff. I'm not sitting down in my most comfortable, and it's not a problem for me when I'm playing. And you can tweak it. There's lots of things that you can add. Lots and lots of things that you can tweak to make the gyro smoother and, you know, get it to work as you want it to work. I'm thinking we try to get to maybe one fighting thing here. If you would like me to maybe do something like this for Doom Eternal, because that has more weapons and inputs, I could try to do an update for that if there's any interest. But if nothing else, hope this has just been a little bit of information about the Steam controllers, overlay and stuff like that, and how to tweak and mess around with different things. It's a great tool. Oops, alright, did not get my W. And again, if you think that the gyro here is not your thing, you can use the same things, but you don't have to have the gyro. You can still add long presses, action sets and stuff like that. I forgot. Is there... probably can't go in here now. But I think this is one little interesting point for me. That once I get these upgraded weapons, I pretty much, like, I don't use these a lot. And it's like in my... You hear a lot of people they mention the Dark Ages. They felt a little bit sad that you wouldn't get to use, I think, like 8 or 10 weapons. It was more showcase that you could swap between, was it like 6 weapons? And like... if the 6 weapons are really badass, I don't have a problem with that. Because I don't need to have 10 weapons, because like I'm not gonna be focusing on those weapons, the lighter, the more weaker weapons anyway, so that's quite interesting. Right, just a quick little peek here. That is probably a good one to get. Was I saving up for one? I don't know. Let's not mess around too much. Okay. Alright, yeah, let's just go back to shooting stuff. Yeah, this should be patched in, like you press to pick up or punch. That is definitely great, just input optimization that Doom Eternal brought to the game that I really enjoy. Why I'm running into the corner is because I think there might be a secret thing here. Hello? Did I forget something? Did I not? I probably should press a button or something here. Trying to not get stuck here, but I'm forgetting exactly where to go here, even though I play this. Oh, that's something like that. And I do have my map. I picked that one up already. Should this not be airlock sealed? Yeah, why am I blanking? Button? This looks like something I should be able to press, no? There we go, oh my god. Jesus! Well, that's embarrassing.
Olivia's personal laboratory is not part of the registered facilities database. Alpha level clearance will be required.
Let me just quickly... Oops. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna tab. I'm gonna just move the window a little bit better. There we go. That's good. It's you.
Lazarus facility from the north sector of the Advanced Research Complex, about 80 kilometers away.
I'll bring the tram power online to take you there, but you'll need a UAC corporate facilities clearance card to activate it. There is a security station nearby.
There we go. Finally. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just want to end with like showing one like fight. Whoa. Alright, yeah, that's good. We got a fight down. Again, it might look maybe a little bit... wow, we're dropping frames like crazy. Huh, hope the fight wasn't too sluggish. Whoa, yeah, the OBS here does not seem to like this game very much. That is very unfortunate. I don't know how to fix that, to do anything about that. I know that opening the Steam overlay just makes this game angry. Hopefully it wasn't too insanely bad when I was fighting. And hopefully I was definitely a bit shaking here. I could do much more stable here. But you can definitely see that swapping weapons here, the gyro aiming, everything it's working. Yeah, I don't know why this is... I guess the game wants me to turn down the settings. Because it is not happy. Let me do that. It's okay. It looks really great on higher settings anyway, so we can just go to high settings. Let me use the keyboard and mouse just to very quickly get going. Get that one. Come on, press. There we go. Hope maybe this will just make it a little bit more stable here. Maybe we can do... Oh, did I just press? Oh my god. It's going good here this morning. There we go. And if we press and save, it should be good, right? Yes. And let me just quickly also swap out OBS. There we go. Let's see how this is gonna work. I'm guessing the fight got a little bit maybe too intense for recording here and everything at the same time. Who knows? Alright, let's check the map. We have done some nice exploration. We are supposed to go to the left or to the right maybe? Oh, to the right. So behind me... Yeah, I can't get in there. Don't think I can get to that place. Ooh, well, I can, but I don't think this is where I'm supposed to be. So again, if it looks a little bit shaky here, the gyro aiming, you can add smoothness and stuff to tweak, and like anti pretty much shaking stuff, that you have to move the controller a certain little distance before gyro do movements. So don't judge out gyro if you think it looks too shaky. Oh, did not see the laser dude. Okay, so when we are in a fight... Interesting. It is just crapping out on me. OBS is just getting absolutely insanely... Like, the game runs amazing, but apparently I can't record this game. That means I can't stream this game, and... That's unfortunate, because it's running great for me. Can I get this one to showcase that? That's unfortunate, because it's gonna obviously make it look a little bit less... Did it not save this? Yes. Yeah. You know, we're maxing out the engine with 200 frames per second. I should have probably done one thing here. Yeah, it's probably this one that is unfortunately... Right, so maybe we can showcase one fight like this. I wanted to show one smooth fight here. Alright. I need to warm up into the groove and everything here. Wasn't there a revenant or something? Oh, you guys. Well, alright, I'm alive. Yeah, this seems smoother, so hopefully you can see it when the frames are locked. Unfortunately, this game, I wish it got an update, because if I'm not running this game with VSync off, the runes do bug out sometimes, just freezing the game. So I love this game, but it seems like with the years that's gone by here, there's some bugs here. So if I enter one of these with VSync on, it seems like the game just stops. It doesn't work. It just is infinite loading. Alright. Ah, that was a miss. Well, he's dead. Alright, yeah. Hopefully this is just gonna showcase you, maybe giving you some little fun things about the remapping that you can do and what it brings, and maybe for you to try something cool stuff on your own controllers. The one of your preferred controller that you prefer. But we are coming to 45. I guess we can maybe This is just so fun revisiting this. I'm just having a blast here. So, why be in a hurry to stop playing? Could be a secret down below. Be a secret up top. And again, this is on the ultra violence difficulty here. So not the easiest, not the medium, just hard mode, I guess. Works perfectly fine, so. Yeah, I really do enjoy the gyro aiming here, the dual, the trackpad mode here. And I, you know, this is what I wanted to showcase, you know, one thing of this. Just the trackpad here, the swapping weapons is one of the key things why the Steam controller for me were so really fun. Like it gave me the ability to not have to use the weapon wheels. I could enjoy a little bit faster paced games like this. Oh, I think I'm already... Isn't this where you get the super shotgun? I must have been here? Am I replaying them? I should not. Wait, we are coming back to this level. Right, we've been here before. Okay. But yeah, having, you know, quick access to 4 to 8 weapons is one of the key things that have made me really like the Steam controller. The trackpad again, so if I were to aim like at, let's say that little thing there, right? I'm just swiping here and then the gyro takes over, and it's just it works so great. But I know the people, and you have the alpaca controller that pretty much, you know, you don't have any right stick or a trackpad, so you just use only gyro. So if I want to aim at that one, you know, I kind of do this mouse swiping. So when it stops, it's only that I'm just releasing, touching the trackpad to reset to swipe again. And with controllers that have touch for like the right stick and stuff, you can get that, and you know, you can get pretty good result, right? You can tweak this. It's nothing too uncomfortable, you know. It's like it's pretty much gonna be like using a mouse, which definitely were a key thing for the Steam controller for me. You know, just the trackpad with all the buttons, and this just felt so nice to just look around, and then gyro for precision, and then definitely, you know, back pedals just to be able to jump here, have my quick melee or dashing, and you know, it's just, I can shoot, I use my secondary weapon, and I can jump, I can melee, or you know, you dash, I can swap between 8 weapons, and I don't let go. I'm like, it's hard to showcase, right? But like all of these inputs, secondary weapon, firing, moving, jumping, melee or activating, swapping weapons, like these weapons, I do that without releasing anything. I'm holding these constantly. It's just, that is really one thing that is so amazing. That I don't have to like, oh shit, I have to get to the A button to swap weapon. Oops, now I can't look around anymore. And yeah, so you know, for me again, A buttons, the face buttons here. A is the crouch, because I'm not gonna be crouching when I'm fighting. Well, I hope not, because that would suck. And I'm going the completely wrong way, it looks like. Wait, yeah, this is where I came from. Okay, so we need to get back. Maybe we can do one more fight. Just have fun and showcase this. I think this is the right way. And is it... Guess we could just jump down. Have I been down? No. That's probably where we're supposed to be going. Maybe. Alright. Taking care of the meatballs. Let's get back up. Have I been here? Oh, that's Angry Boy. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's definitely quite easy to die here, and even if I was just using mouse and keyboard, like optimize everything crazy, I would die still on this difficulty. But this is like a good thing, because I feel that when I'm dying, it's not because the game is cheating me out. I felt more like that in Doom Eternal. In this game, it feels more like, okay, I just need to get good, which is a perfectly good and nice feeling to have. But yeah, for me, Doom Eternal just did not have that same vibe, unfortunately. It was many times where I'm just like, I'm crowded in such a weird way. So I do like this game more. This is more my type of game here. My jam. Oh wait, I've been there, so when you die, the map resets. But I've already been there, so I don't need to go there for secrets or anything like that. Would be just fun here, showcase one more big fight, but I'm guessing I have to jump down to this place and then there's that fight happening. Yeah. Oh, that was a terrible shooting experience for me. Let's take you out. Let's try this one. You take care of. Well, are they dead? Well, this went much better. I should maybe upgrade the power-up more effectiveness. Definitely gonna be a very helpful thing to have. Let's see, the ARC 53 minutes. We can go for around 1 hour, I'm thinking here. Yeah, I should probably just get this one. When a blah blah blah. Oh, that's okay. Oh, that's far off. Okay, let's not. The map. Yes, we are going the right way. Could be a secret out there, I don't know. Let's go for a few more minutes here, just. Maybe I can get a little bit warmed up, then maybe I can do a little bit better with the fighting and stuff. Maybe I can find the runes, showcase one of those. I was down there, right? Would probably gonna be fun if I could showcase a rune. Those have a little bit more of a just movement tech, so I went down here, right? Is that a meatball? It's quite dark. Oh, I did not even... I did not hear that dude. Oh, this is unfortunate. That's quite a far away my save is, right? Well, I guess not. Yeah, definitely having a little bit interesting with the... Ooh, that's the rune with the visibility. Maybe we can go for this rune here and end with that. Oh, if this is a fun rune. I don't know. Collect all 15 relics and reach the altar before the timer expires. Oh, yeah. Well, this is a very movement-heavy one. But now you might see that this is gonna crash with VSync on. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, I've done this before, so I know it's possible to do this one. But let's see if it's gonna crash or not. If we try this a few tries here. So now I'm pretty much just using the gyro here. Alright, yeah, so that's just the gyro there, right? In-flight mobility. Let's see if the game crashed. I guess that's a good point for just stopping this video. If it does. Is it gonna work? It worked. Okay, I'm lucky here. That's unfortunately one bug I encountered in one or two of the rooms that I just could not have VSync on. It would just straight up crash like crazy.
Those who came before you and those with whom you serve all operate with the same goal. The development of
Okay, so I think it's good probably to stop the video here. I'm just walking around like having too much fun here. There is a secret thing I don't remember how to get. Oop. Down below. Huh. Okay, am I going the right way? Maybe, probably not. Now we're going back here again. Where the hell could that one be even? Very difficult to see here. I can barely see that one. I have no idea why I would even go this way. We are definitely gonna be stopping it, but yeah, again, I hope it's been a bit interesting, informative, or fun. Again, if you want to see me maybe do something like this with Doom Eternal, that has lots more inputs, where I just try this kind of dual input thing, trying just to see how the Steam controller how I would do the Steam controller today, you can feel free to leave a comment about that. I have no idea how to get to that one little dude. Should we go till I die next time, maybe? Probably gonna be real soon. I get ambushed. Okay, that is not a lever that I can that I can push. Is there a lever down here that I could interact with? That could be a good little secret thing. I don't think so. I don't understand what's the point in me going here. Seems completely unnecessary. But yeah, now I'm just wandering around in a boring video here, I guess. But let's see if we can... This looks so like a lever that I could pull for like those secret things. Did I go down here? Yes, there's nothing here. Maybe later on this door opens up. Would like to get that Praetor secret dude. But I don't... Not sure how to get in. The map is pretty much explored here, so... So should mean that I've gotten most of, if not all of the good stuff here. Oh, this looks like it... Is he up here? No, it's down below. Huh. Is it in here? Nope. Ooh. Alright, well, that one's done. I'm just wondering where the hell that little Praetor suit dude could have been. I'm just going further and further away from that one. Is there something more that I can find here? But yeah, this is just so fun here. So it's just, every time I pick this one up, it just kinda keeps going longer than expected, because it's just, I really enjoy this, which is definitely a really nice, good sign of a good game. Right, so nothing there. So again, I was thinking I was gonna go till I die again. So far I haven't died, for good and bad reason here, so this just brings me back here. This just brings me back here. And that dude down below is just... Let's just do this, I guess. There we go. And we stop the video with that. That is Doom 2016 with my new updated input methods here, what I'm tweaking, and it's fun because I haven't really utilized dual inputs on the right trackpad like that you have a short press and a long press. And it's nice to see that it works just so great, and like every single input in Doom 2016 here is just so nice. Like the gyro here and everything with aiming feels so great. The gameplay is nice. Every time I'm dying, I'm not so far, at least. I'm not frustrated. I don't feel like, oh my god, the game is doing something bad, unfair, whatever. I don't feel like my aim isn't good because I'm using the controller. I don't feel that, oh my god, I can't swap fast enough to all of the weapons fast. Everything else comes down to, hey, okay, I died, how can I do better? Which is the amazing feeling, and that is what was great with the controller for me, the Steam controller. It brought that to me. that I used the first time I tried this, I don't even remember, the Xbox 360 controller or something like that, and trying like an FPS or something like that shooting game, and I'm just like, okay, I suck because the controllers suck. And then I got the Steam controller and I just jumped in a quick dirty with the trackpad and the gyro to like Far Cry, and for the first time I just, hey, I'm hitting headshot on this dude here. I can get better. I wanna get better. It's a super comfortable. It's a really nice feeling. I don't have any aim assist. I'm not struggling with the controller. I'm not struggling with stick or anything. I'm just working at getting better at games, which is amazing. And I'm so sad that we have not gotten Steam Controller 2 yet. It's just, to me, it's so ergonomic, and you can definitely argue that if you go in as a pro FPS player in some online whatever, mouse and keyboard is gonna maybe outdo you. But for like the absolute majority here, like the gyro, and even if you're using a stick or a right pad, it can be so good of an experience. And especially like if you're going back to this game, Doom 2016, right? You could definitely, in this game at least, just use the weapon wheel, and then, you know, you don't have to worry about any of the hot swapping buttons. You can just use your right stick with the gyro, I recommend, and then you can just, you know, use the weapon wheel to swap weapon. You're gonna be good enough with that if you learn how to use the weapon wheel in this game, because you have a slowdown and everything. So this is just a great FPS games to get into, trying gyro or trying like the trackpad if you haven't happened to have any like maybe access to something like a Steam controller, or maybe if you want to have like the horror pad or something that you can just use the gyro and move around. You can probably get through this game on normal to easier difficulty without a problem, just learning gyro good. And, you know, again, like using the weapon wheel and swapping and combinations, and just, yeah, this was so fun. I definitely did some interesting tweaks here for me personally to get this new kind of weapon update, and I might do it anyway. But again, if it is a high demand, I might do a video where I just try to go in fresh in 2025, right? I'm just looking at Doom Eternal. Okay, I have 10 years experience of the Steam controller. How would I try to map that? And I can also showcase, you know, my Gamesir T4 but that is definitely a trickier one, because for Doom and Doom Eternal, for me, I love hot swapping weapons and not utilizing the weapon wheel, and that could be problematic, especially in Doom Eternal. That is even more fast-paced. I probably would love this Steam controller combo, but yeah, hey, you can always request, and I might be something that happens. But that's gonna be it for this video. Alright, it pauses anyway. You can leave a like, a comment if you want to do that. Again, request for Doom Eternal or something if you wanted to see the upgraded keybinds. If you want to see me do Doom 2016 showcasing just different approach with the Gamesir T4 to just highlight gyro fun stuff, and something I might be able to do something with. But don't be afraid to just peek into the Steam UI and maybe try some long press, short press combo to just give a little bit more oomph to your playing. It can definitely be a cool thing. There's a lot of cool stuff that can be done, and action layers and sets. You know, just peek maybe around a little bit sometimes when you feel a little bit more confident. It's so amazing to see how this just transforms the games in so good way for me. Because I couldn't really play games good. In 2015 I started getting a little bit of like shoulder pains for if I play for like an hour or something with mouse and keyboard, and then the Steam controller came and it's gone, it's fixed, no pain, shoulder. I'm enjoying these games, and it just really wanted to just give a nice little fun video before the Dark Ages comes out, you know, just showcasing this, maybe get you going, thinking before that game launches. Because that game seems to be just like Doom 2016. A little bit less craziness going on with the input and weapons. So you might only have 6 weapons, but if those are really fun weapons and stuff like that, I think it's going to be a great fit for controllers and great fit to just have fun with for me personally. So I might try to check that game out, but it is way too expensive. So it's only going to be through Game Pass for me, because I'm also a little bit on the edge if I'm going to like all of the changes. But that's why I kind of want to dig back into Doom 26 and warm a little bit up, dip my toes, get my thinking for the Steam controller creativity going. So you might want to keep an eye out for Doom the Dark Ages with the Steam controller or Gamesir T4K on this channel. So, you know, follow or check back if you don't want to miss that. Might be happening. A good possibility, but not 100% certain yet. There are a few things there, because if I'm guessing the Xbox Game Pass version is gonna create a little bit of trouble with Steam controller mapping and stuff. So it's up in the air whether or not it's gonna happen, but hopefully it will. But yeah, like, dislike, comment if you wanna do that. But if nothing else, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye for this time.